G'day, it's Keza from Kezbar Brewery. Right, let me get some good light. Here we go. Today I'm having an RDO from work, so it's Friday today. So happy Beer Fun Friday. I've got some jerky on the go. Ooh, yummy. Oh. Ooh, good shit, eh? Anyway, we'll go for a wander out the back here because I've been saying it for a long time, but I'm finally starting to build my brew rig. So, heaps of steel and bits and pieces, and I'll just turn the camera around properly, hang on a sec. But this is actually the cutting of my lathe bench, but there's some bits there, and got all that, and all that. And this is to line the top of my workbenches. So this is a good little bit of kit. So electric bandsaw, horizontal bandsaw or vertical bandsaw, whichever way you want to say it. It's basically a set and forget. Turns itself off once it's cut through, so makes life a bit easier. I can just set up my cuts, mark them all out, just run it through, hit go, cuts it, go back when it's stopped. So I'll keep some updates going during the day. Once I get it all cut up and set out, I'll start welding her up. So we'll catch you then, eh? We're getting down to the last 1, 2, 3 cuts. So I'll give you a quick look here. And I'll show you around here. Alright, there's the third last cut. And just got to cut that bit to a certain length. And here's all the rest of it. And then with all these little off-cut bits, I'm going to make it so that my kegels, which are currently up in the shed up there with my lathe on it, because I've got to build the bench for the lathe, will then become my 3V rims system. So we'll get back to it when I start welding her up. See you then. Well guys, finished chopping up all that steel. It's quite a bit actually. There's about 5, 6, 8 metre lengths. They're all chopped up. One's going to be my lathe bench. I've got a big chunk of a 6x2 steel for the actual spine of the lathe. I'll start welding that up first before I start doing the brew rig, because I want to be able to use my lathe to make little bits and pieces for the rig. I'm probably going to run an internal gas line and have it coming out through the steel, so we'll see how we go with that. I'll be using my NASA burner that I've got, that I currently use for the boil kettle, and I'll be using a 23 jet Mongolian burner for the HLT. It'll be fired by my rims tube, which I bought from, don't know whether I should say on here or not, but Steel Dragon Australia. Yes, Steel Dragon's over in the States too. They do a pretty damn good rims tube actually. I'll just grab it for you. So there it is. Nice shiny stainless bling. We've got tri-clamps all through it. There's a gland that goes on there to hold in the cables and makes them watertight. That little slot right there is in case you get any internal leaking where the element goes through, so that it warns you basically. It's running a 2400 watt element. Let's take this off for a sec. there's the element. It's in an enclosed tri-clamp system, and as you can see, it's all tri-clamp. So basically, that's your inlet, goes through, comes out that side, back onto the top of the mash, and there's a spot there for a thermo well, and put a probe in there. So I'll be using that, and it will be controlled by a PID, just a cheap eBay one. I only really need the one. I do the old-fashioned way of heating up the HLT by gas. I'll just put this back together in them. So anyway, I have been a busy little boy. That will be mounted underneath the front rail of the brew rig. I'll probably end up using my March pump with that, and I'll probably get a Chinese magnetic drive food grade pump from one of the stores down here in Australia. About 99 bucks I think they are. They're pretty much on par with the chugger pumps you guys get in the States. So I'll start building that. I'll take some vids. I won't do any of it when I'm welding. I don't want to destroy my camera. Some of the parts will be TIG welded in, simple fact because they're going to be holding gas. Don't trust the MIG with gas. It's all going to be hard plumbed. I've done my plumbing schematic or drawing or whatever you want to call it. Hang on, I've got a nice big splinter here. Anyway, so that's all cut. The design's done. All I've got to do now is weld it all together. And the other thing I do have to get is some casters or wheels for it, so that I can wheel it around, wheel it up on the back of the ute, take it down to Tiny's place and do a brew day on it. And apart from that, I've got my mystery IPA fermenting. It should be just about done. Tomorrow or Sunday I'll probably put it down to crash chill. It's been going for about a week and a half. And I also have the Mosaic cube hop, the Bubbles and Chalk cube hop no chill method that I did the other weekend. I had two different cover lids on the cubes and I've mixed them up, so that's the Mosaic. I've still got to put on the Hulk, which is a pound of Cascade with no hops in the ball. So we'll see how that goes. As soon as these two are finished, I'll keg them up, and I'm going to pitch straight onto the yeast cake of the Mosaic beer with the Cascade, the Hulk. Considering it came in at nearly 1.099 or whatever it is, or 1.109 I think it was. So it's going to be a bloody big beer, and I'm hoping that the malt profile will hold up to the alcohol. I may test it after about 4 days and see how it's going, sweetness wise and stuff like that, to try and back some of it out. But I know it's probably going to be very resiny, but there's not much you can do about that, can you? It's an experiment. Jay Elder, you asked about putting 1 pound into an IPA, there it is. So, yeah, I've finally run out of gas on the kegerator, so I've got my fire extinguishers ready to go on. Just down there. The one next to the chest freezer there is what I used to have on my fermentation fridge. I'm going to knock up a quick little stand for that because they've got to be put in upside down, or hung upside down, because they've got dip tubes in them, and liquid CO2 is not very good for beer. So just invert them, wait until they're empty, take them to a fire extinguisher place. The guys usually will remove the dip tube for you, and if you're lucky, sometimes they have like a normal CO2 tank valve that they'll screw on there for you. So you can be just normal CO2 tanks. And I've been asked before about the CO2 in them, whether there's any additives. No, there's not. It is exactly the same CO2 you get in your my keg on legs bottles or your bottle rental bottles. The only difference is they don't sanitise their fittings before they fill. It's the only difference. And I work in the fire industry, and trust me. So they'll be done probably this afternoon. I'll be putting that one upside down and giving me some more gas because I can't pour a beer. I've exerted all the dissolved CO2 that's in the beer, so I can still pump it out a little bit, but it's flat. And for all you that noticed, yes, I am still smoking. When I started to quit work, or at work, it just went stupid, and I was stressing because there's only 4 of us that work there. I was stressing because shit just wasn't getting done, and we had customers up in the mines in North Queensland, North Central Queensland, that are waiting on this gear, and we couldn't get it out on time, so I kept smoking. I will be giving it another go, and hopefully it'll be done July. And on that note, I'm going to be doing dry July. It's a thing that happens in here in Australia. Most of you guys have been doing it, your sobriety challenges and that. So if anybody wants to join me for dry July, you're welcome to it. I'm not fundraising or anything, it's just I need to lay off the booze a bit and lose a few kilos. Don't know if you boys have noticed, I've got a pretty big keg around me, so. But as they say, why take a 6-pack to a party when you can take the whole keg? So anyway guys, that's my Beer Fun Friday and Homebrew Wednesday catch-ups for yous. This video should be up tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, look, I'll be putting up a few more videos over the weekend on welding up the lathe bench, the brew rig. I've got myself a electric winch as well. Lifts about 250 kilos, and it's 240 volt, which is what we run here. So I'm going to be making up a gantry type system for in the shed. I've kind of got to do that before I can lift my lathe, because I can't lift the lathe by myself. It's about 160 kilos, so it is just manageable with 2 people, but I haven't got enough room in my shed for 2 people in the lathe. So we'll see how that one goes too, and I'll give you a quick shot of that when I build it. So anyway guys, happy Homebrew Wednesdays, happy Beer Fun Fridays, and we'll catch you next time.